The Hackle Stacker Emerger is a great pattern for imitating mayflies. It rides low in the water and can be tied to imitate various mayflies. In this case, I'll be using it to imitate a Baetis. Begin the fly by laying down a thread base ending deep into the bend. Lay a piece of Z-lon on the side of the hook facing you, and let the thread torque from the first few wraps carry it to the top of the hook. After taking a couple of wraps, make any adjustments necessary to the Z-lon. Work your thread up and back down, securing the Z-lon and capturing any loose fibers. Cut the Z-lon fairly short to imitate the Shuck. The abdomen is made from a turkey biot. To make the biots more supple, soak them in water. An hour works great for this, however even 10 minutes can make a big difference. Remove a biot from the water and cut the tip off. For an emerger, we want a hairy segmented look, so make sure that the more transparent side is facing down and the more opaque hairy side is facing up. Place it on the hook longer than what you need. Then after taking a couple of loose wraps, slide it back down so that the end of the biot rests a little past the midway point of the hook. Take several more tight thread wraps to secure the biot. Then unspin your thread so that it lays flat. Create a smooth tapered body and leave your thread at the 2/3 point of the fly. Begin wrapping the biot to create the body. You may notice that the biot will want to fold on the first wrap. Allow it to do so. This will position the biot the correct way. Use your hand or hackle pliers to firmly grasp the biot. Then use a finger from your other hand to press the back of the biot with each wrap, holding it in place. This will keep your biot tight, preventing the segments from getting uneven. Finish wrapping the biot a little past the 2/3 point and take several wraps to secure it. Cut off the remainder of the biot and cover it with several wraps of thread. Select a piece of hackle that is a little big for whatever size you are tying. Strip off some fibers to expose the stem and tie this in on the side of the hook nearest to you. Now we are going to create a makeshift post using the thread to make loops. Hold your finger out over the fly and make a wrap over the finger to make a loop. When you bring the thread back down, take one wrap around the hook. Repeat this step 2 more times. After the last loop, take 2 wraps around the hook to secure it. Switch the loops over to your other hand and begin wrapping the hackle up the loops like you would a parachute pattern. Fold everything over to measure it. We want the hackle to end right where the eye of the hook starts. Once you have the correct measurement, begin wrapping the hackle back down the post. When the hackle reaches the bottom, lean the post back and forth to allow the hackle to be placed at the base of the post without capturing any of the other hackle fibers. Tie off the hackle by sneaking a few wraps of thread between the stem of the hackle and the barbs around the post. Cut off the remainder of the hackle and take several wraps of thread to secure it. End with your thread at the base of the post. Create a thin dubbing noodle, and while holding the hackle out of the way, create a thorax out of dubbing. Make the thorax a little more round than normal. This will help the hackle to splay out when you pull it over. Split the hackle fibers so they will fall on either side of the dubbing, then pull the post over the thorax. Place 3 wraps of thread over the loops, then fold the loops back and take a few wraps of thread to hold it in place. Cut the loops off close and use your whip finisher to secure any pieces of thread that didn't cooperate earlier. Play around with the hackle until it is well spread out. Then clean up the fly by trimming any errant fibers. When you are done, you should get something that looks like this. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and tight lines.